Join me as I dive into 10 shocking facts about Generation Z that might just blow your mind. Generation Z, those born between 1997 and 2012, are the next big thing. As they're growing up and taking their place in the world, it's essential we understand what makes them tick. After all, they're going to shape the future of our society, economy, and culture. Misconceptions about Generation Z are rampant. People think they're all lazy, entitled, and glued to their screens 24/7. But the truth is, they face unique challenges that previous generations didn't. They're growing up in a time of rapid technological change, social unrest, and economic uncertainty. On top of that, they're often criticized for being too sensitive, too emotional, or too soft. But is that really the case? The reality is that Generation Z is more diverse, more open-minded, and more socially conscious than any previous generation. Another misconception is that they're not concerned about their careers. On the contrary, they're highly ambitious and want to make a difference in the world. In fact, a recent survey found that 60% of Gen Zers want to pursue careers that will allow them to make a positive impact on society. They're not just in it for the money, they want to leave a mark. But here's the thing, they're also more anxious, more stressed, and more depressed than previous generations. The pressure to succeed, the fear of failure, and the constant scrutiny of social media are taking a toll on their mental health. So, what's the truth about Generation Z? Let's dive into some surprising facts that might just change your perception. Fact number 1, Generation Z is the most racially diverse generation in history. Over 50% of Gen Zers identify as non-white, and this diversity is reflected in their cultural preferences, food choices, and musical tastes. Fact number 2, they're more entrepreneurial than you think. Many Gen Zers are starting their own businesses, creating their own products, and selling their own services. In fact number 3, they're more environmentally conscious than any previous generation. They want to save the planet, and they're willing to take action to do so. One of the most surprising facts about Generation Z is that they're more private than you think. Despite being glued to their screens, they're actually very careful about their online presence and personal data. They're more likely to use privacy-focused browsers, encryption, and VPNs than any previous generation. Fact number 5, they're more interested in learning than you think. Many Gen Zers are pursuing alternative forms of education, such as online courses, apprenticeships, and vocational training. But the most surprising fact about Generation Z is that they're more resilient than you think. Despite facing unprecedented challenges, they're adapting, they're coping, and they're thriving. In the face of adversity, they're finding ways to overcome, to persevere, and to succeed. And that's something we can all learn from. The fact that really stood out to me, the one that really blew my mind, was that Generation Z is more empathetic than any previous generation. They're more likely to understand, to relate, and to care about others. This means they're more likely to be allies, to be advocates, and to be activists. And that's a game changer. In conclusion, Generation Z is a complex, dynamic, and multifaceted generation that's full of surprises. They're not just one thing, they're many things. They're diverse, they're entrepreneurial, they're environmentally conscious, and they're empathetic. And as we move forward into the future, it's essential we understand, appreciate, and support them. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to learn more about generational differences, check out our video on the surprising facts about millennial